Oh my goodness, we're doing it all over again. What's going on, everybody? So happy to have you here on another Lost In, where we talk about cool cars that have made their impact on the automotive industry. And today we're going to be covering one that's made a huge impact on the Brazilian automotive industry. The SAVEIRO. You know, in North America, it's a real pity that we don't have any of these little economy, tiny pocket trucks. I know there's a strong community in North America of these micro trucks, but down here in Brazil, they're a lifeline. They are a working horse of the Brazilian middle class. The Volkswagen SAVEIRO was a compact pickup truck. The SAVEIRO has been produced here in Brazil since 1982 and is still produced to this day. It was designed off of the sweet little Volkswagen Gol from here in Brazil. Its name comes from SAVEIRO, the Spanish word for cargo boat. Several updates from 1982 to this day have been done, but the one that stands out most is the 1982 to 1987 model, designed to meet the needs of small business owners, self-employed workers, and your local farmers who really needed a compact and robust vehicle to, transport cargo across Brazilians' rough terrain. The SAVEIRO's early years were marked by its simple and functional design, which really emphasized practicality and economy. During its production that spans decades, the SAVEIRO went through several facelifts. But the models produced from 1983 to 1987 really stand out as the la creme of the SAVEIRO. They were the ones that had a really distinctive characteristic, that little beautiful box shape, a real spacious cargo hold, and a compact cabin. They were a real iconic design. And this wasn't a Flora de Serie produced from fiberglass. No, this was a Volkswagen unibody vehicle, very robust, very durable. It did have a 1.6 engine in the beginning, capable of producing something like 56 horsepower, so tiny motor in the beginning. And from 1982 to 1997, it was based on the Gol BX platform. And it was sold in 3 versions: Standard, S, and Super Simples. Super Simples, that's where it's at. Those were your higher production lines. They had like the electric window, and like air conditioning, which back in 1980s, that was huge. Little extra bling to them. The 1983 model had a 1.6 liter motor, and it had 72 horsepower in there. It was capable of reaching speeds as high as 85 miles an hour, could do 0 to 60 in like 18 seconds. So we're talking Tortuga. This wasn't a race car. This wasn't a sports car. This was a get the crap done working car. In terms of fuel consumption, it did really good due to its little motor. And in 1985, the little SAVEIRO got a facelift, got a little bit more spiffified, beautified, looking good. With new headlights and a front grille, that's all it really needs. Along with a new cabin design with a little bit more space for its passengers. Hello, Logan. Thank you for joining me. Logan, love you. And really what stands out from this era is the manual steering it had and the 4-speed gearbox and its simple base interior trim. But it did get reinforced rear suspension, which was a score for every working man. Fishermen, small business owners, rural workers really respected this vehicle, carved out a name and history for itself. And it had a very good price tag, very reasonable. And that low price really helped to popularize it, spread it throughout the country. So mostly the SAVEIROs from 1983 to 1987, famous for its robustness, efficiency, and low cost. I keep saying that, but man, it clicked every single one of those boxes. A person's car, an everyday person's car, a Volkswagen, true and true. And there were several versions launched throughout the years. But there's one that's really cool that stands out. Only 400 of these were ever produced, and I'm talking about the Volkswagen SAVEIRO Summer. Released in 1995, it brought some real cool standard items such as tinted green windows, gradient windshield, internal adjustments for your side mirrors. Boom! Grandma no longer has to stick her hand out in the rain to adjust my mirror. Nice! And don't forget the fog lights. Rolling around on one of these summers on the 14-inch alloy wheels really makes you like a freaking cool dude. You know, only 400 of these were ever produced, a rarity amongst the SAVEIROs. The Volkswagen SAVEIRO here in Brazil was definitely a success amongst your working class, your get it done, the salt of the earth people. You know, the people that make everything happen around you. It was a vehicle that they could rely upon. And that is truly cool. If you guys like what we do here, please subscribe. Put some words in the word box. And I'll answer them. I will. I'll talk to you.
Ridiculous. Who does that? Oh my God. I'm dying.
But like I always say, I'll see you on the flip side. Até a próxima. Ciao, ciao.